going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to everybody on that bad boy membership. Know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that is, thinking about winning the bad boy membership contest, because all you have to do to be eligible to win the bad boy membership contest is to be a bad boy member, right? We're going to pick another winner at the end of the month. You feel me? We're going to pick a winner for February, right? We already picked a winner for January, all right? Shout out to him. And we appreciate everybody that's on the bad boy membership. Appreciate everybody that supported the Game Kings documentary. You can go to mrlucario.com and purchase the Game Kings documentary, or you can get it for free just by joining the bad boy membership. We have over 85 to 90 different programs on there, step-by-step programs that teach you how to step up your game, teach you how to gain confidence, teach you how to deal with women, teach you how to deal with life, teach you about masculinity, manhood, and everything else that encompasses game. You see what I'm saying? And there's so much value in it. It changes a lot of different guys' lives. They call in on the show all the time telling us how it changed their lives, and it's real shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. And so what I want to talk about today real quick is the fact that everybody is not ready for game. Everybody's not ready for the game. Everybody's not ready for game. Everybody's not ready to be a part of the idea that is game. Understand? Because the first thing that happens when you get into the paradigm of what game is, when you start getting into the conversation about what game is, the first thing you have to do is you have to develop personal responsibility. You have to develop a certain level of autonomy. You have to develop a certain level of being able to understand that pretty much everything that happens in your life is your fault. I mean, yes, there are things that we can't control, like the weather and, the stock market. You know what I'm saying? We can't control certain things. Like, we leave that up to God or the creator or whoever you subscribe to, that wakes you up in the morning, right? But the rest of it is up to us. And some guys are not ready for that at this particular moment, right? Some guys are not able to say, well, it's my fault, right? You have to be able to say it's my fault. You have to be able to say, hey, what did I do to get myself into this situation? And if I'm presented with the opportunity again, what can I do to keep myself out of this type of situation, right? That's what it takes, because game has to do with manhood, identity, the things you want, the things you don't want, and the decisions that you have to make around that. You understand? And not everybody's ready for that. And that's cool. You understand? Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it takes experience. Sometimes it takes, maybe you have to read a certain book. Maybe you got to get on the bad boy membership. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, maybe you have to get your heart broke by a couple of chicks first. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have to get sperm jacked. I'm hearing that's a thing. Guys talking about a woman that they're with tricks them into getting them pregnant, and then so they try to blame it on the chick. But in actuality, who's in control of your sperm? Like, if you're telling me that a female is in control of your sperm, then something's wrong, right? But you have some men, they're just not ready. And there was a recent panel. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all might not. It really doesn't matter. But the point is that I'm realizing that some guys are just not ready, right? They're just not ready for game. They're just not ready for that level of responsibility, that level of autonomy. And that's okay. That's okay. The only thing is that because here's the thing, the longer it takes for you to realize your part in the outcome and in the dynamics of your life, is the longer it's going to take for you to also acquire the power necessary to fix the things that are wrong with your life. You understand what I'm saying? See, the thing that people don't understand is that when you put blame somewhere else other than yourself, with blame comes power. You understand? Because what you're literally saying is, like, when something goes wrong and then you blame someone, what you're literally saying is, when you say I blame you, what you're literally saying is, I place the power of this event into your hands. And I also place the power of fixing this event, fixing the unfortunate outcome of this event in your hands as well. Right? It's because it's all really the same thing. You understand? If something happened that's my fault, it's my it's my responsibility to fix whatever needs to be fixed. You understand? If I borrow money from somebody, it's my responsibility to pay it back. You understand? If I step on a man's foot or whatever, or toe, or if I bump into somebody, it's my responsibility to rectify the situation by saying excuse me. You understand? But that's that's also power in the situation. You understand? When somebody mistakenly bumps into you, you're powerless, right? You didn't really see it coming, and then they committed some type of act that inflicted, an occurrence onto you, and then you're sitting there waiting for them to say I'm sorry. That means you're putting the power in their hands to rectify the situation. That's what you do when you blame, and that's what a lot of people don't get. Understand? A lot of there's a lot of guys out here that they think that blaming women or saying that, oh, society this and society that and the government and the white man got his foot on my neck and the white man is holding me down. I mean, there are issues, I get it, but there are ways that you can move to avoid certain things, to put yourself in position where certain things don't affect you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where game comes in. You understand? A lot of so many guys are like, oh, y'all don't fuck with girls because girls get so much attention these days because social media done changed the game. And it's like, man, yeah, that's true. Social media, gives females way more access to attention and way more access to different dudes, and yeah, it added things to the game. It really did. That's true. That's facts. I get it. But you still got to do what you got to do as a man. It's still up to you to approach that girl. It's still up to you to get on. So if social media is the issue, it's still up to you to understand how to use social media to your advantage, right? To get that girl's attention, to holler at her, to set up a date. You understand? And get her off social media into your presence. That's the work you got to put in. That's just the way it goes. But some guys are not willing and not able and not ready right now to say, well, this is the work that I have to do. You understand? Like, it's one thing to, you see, the thing is, you have to survey the land. You have to survey the reality of everything that is and get to the bottom of it, get to the truth of it. And once you do that, that's when you can begin to say, okay, what can I do to negotiate the terrain? You understand? You get up on the mountain and then you look across, the valley, or you look across the desert, you look across the mountain range, and you're like, well, I got mountains ahead of me, or I have a valley ahead of me, or I got a river, or I got things in front of me. I got obstacles, I got challenges, I got things in front of me, and I need to get from here to over there. You understand? You have to develop a plan. You got to take out the map. You got to figure out your path. You got to think about what equipment you might need to, get through the terrain. You understand? These are the things you have to do. That's game. That's pretty much what game is. Figuring out the strategy of what you need to do to get what you want, or to get to wherever you want. You see what I'm saying? But if you just stand there and say, oh, well, there's mountains over there and they're in my way, so I guess I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna just stay here because there's mountains over there. Or, oh, it's a river over there and it's deep, so I guess I'm gonna just stay where I'm at. I really want to get over there, but there's a river, or there's a mountain, or there's a desert, and it's too hard for me to navigate. So I'm just gonna sit right here for the rest of my life and just, You see what I'm saying? Like, it sounds ridiculous. And that's what you end up doing when you blame everything else on everyone else, and you don't take any personal responsibility, and you're not ready for the autonomy of what it takes to have game, to understand game, and to deal with, the challenges of life. You understand? Because even if things go wrong, things go wrong, you still have to figure out what you did or didn't do to get yourself into that situation, so you can figure out what you need to do to either get yourself out of that situation, or if there's nothing you can do to get yourself out of the situation, what's the best thing you can do in order to deal with the situation? And as well, what do you need to do so you can understand that the next time you're placed in a similar situation, what decisions do you need to make in order to make the best, to have the best outcome the next time it happens? You understand what I'm saying? That's game. And that's what a lot of guys don't understand. And the main reason why it's not that they, and a lot of times it's not that they don't understand it. They kind of have an understanding of what it is, but it's something subconsciously or something in the back of their mind doesn't want to accept what game is. Because to accept game is to accept that you're fully responsible for pretty much everything in your life. You understand? And a lot of people are not ready for that. A lot of people are not ready for that, because if you really say to yourself, I'm responsible for everything that's wrong in my life. Like, okay, you take a fat dude, right? You take a fat nigga, and he's over there talking about, oh, McDonald's, McDonald's makes it so easy for you to get fat because they have locations all around the place, and they make the food so cheap, and they got commercials playing in my face every day on TV and on social media, and I just can't escape it. And the reason why I'm overweight is because of McDonald's. That's kind of ridiculous. You understand? That's kind of ridiculous. It's harder for him to say, yo, the reason why I'm overweight and I'm unhealthy is because I really like McDonald's. And McDonald's is horrible, horrible fucking food. Like, it's terrible for me to eat. I should not eat it, but I like it. And I eat it all the time, even though I know I shouldn't. It's harder for him to get with that reality, because now he has to actually face himself in the mirror and say, yo, the reason why I'm overweight, the reason why I'm fat, the reason why I'm unhealthy is all because of the choices that I made. McDonald's is just doing what they're supposed to do. McDonald's is a business. McDonald's is supposed to advertise. McDonald's is supposed to make it convenient for you to get to their product. That's what they're supposed to do. They're a multi-bajillion-dollar business. That's what they are supposed to do. That's their purpose. You understand? What you're supposed to do is limit how much McDonald's you put into your fucking mouth. That's what you're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? That's the game of it. It's not for you to sit there and talk about, oh, McDonald's this, McDonald's that, and they advertising and they make it so easy for me to go and so on and so forth. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Or are you blaming everybody else for your problems? See what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, everybody's not ready for game. Accepting game means accepting full responsibility for the dynamics of your life. And some people are not ready for that upgrade in power. Understand? Because again, once you accept the blame and you say that it's your fault, you're also accepting the power to change and the power to negotiate and the power to deal with whatever problems you have in your life. You put everything on your back, and you take it all in stride. Like, you understand that it's on you. Not everybody's ready for that. And that's okay. That's okay, but we only have a limited time in this life. So you decide. You know what I'm saying? You decide. Are you ready for game? Are you ready to accept responsibility? Are you ready to not just accept blame, but accept the power to change whatever it is you need to change? Accept the power to deal with whatever issues are in your life. You understand? Accept whatever, and this conversation could get much deeper, because even to accept the responsibility to change could also mean having the responsibility of getting help. Like, if there's something in your life that you need to change, you might need to get help. right? You might need to do something like join the Bad Boy membership, or you might need to do something even more serious like getting therapy. You know what I'm saying? Talking to a psychologist, or, you know, going to like I was talking about the overweight dude. Maybe you might have to go to a nutritionist. Maybe you might have to go to a dietitian. Maybe you might have to go to a weight loss clinic. You understand? Like, it's understanding that it's your fault doesn't mean that you are the only one that can fix it. Sometimes you have to go get help. You understand? But it still begins, everything still begins with you realizing that it's your fault. So if you realize that you yourself have, if you say, damn, I have an issue. I'm addicted to McDonald's. I'm addicted to salty food. I'm addicted to fatty foods. I'm addicted to fast foods. And that's what, you know, that's a huge part of the reason why I'm overweight. Then that allows you to say, all right, well, if I'm addicted, I have a serious psychological problem with eating horrible foods that make me overweight and unhealthy, then it's time for you to go get help. You understand? But you don't get to the understanding that you even need help until you realize that it's your fault, until you understand the game of it, which is the truth of it, which is the full responsibility. So then you can start to make serious choices to get some help, to change what you need to change in your situation. You understand what I'm saying? So again, like I said, this is a deep conversation that we could talk about for a while, but I don't want to make the video too long. So yeah, man, so check all the links. Make sure you guys comment, you know, share, subscribe, like the video, smash that like button. Really appreciate you doing that so we can, you know, get around the get through the YouTube algorithm. All right. You know, share this with somebody who needs to hear it, and make sure you comment, you know, put a comment in there, you know what you do? Comment #game. Just put the comment in there, you know, because it helps the video if you just put a comment in there. You ain't gotta ask questions, you ain't gotta say nothing deep or nothing, but just #game. You feel me? You feel me? And then we could, you know, just keep it like that, because the more comments the video get, the better the algorithm is too. All right. So yeah, check the links, because we got t-shirts, we got the Bad Boy membership, we got the Game Kings documentary. All right. And I hope everybody's having a great day, and the truth is inside you. Peace.
Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game.
What's going on? It's your boy, Miles Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy Membership Contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy Membership Contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly. And we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece, and a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Locario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Locario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month. Good luck.